A voice that defined a generation has gone silent forever. Connie Francis, the legendary singer of Stupid Cupid and Pretty Little Baby, has passed away. Her story wasn't just about fame and chart-topping hits. It was a life filled with triumph, trauma, and resilience few ever knew. What really happened in her final days? Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we remember Connie Francis, one of the most iconic voices of the 1950s and 60s. From topping charts to battling personal demons, Connie lived a life that deserves more than just headlines. Let's take a deep dive into her story, her music, her pain, and her legacy. Connie Francis wasn't just any pop star. She was the first woman to top the Billboard Hot 100, breaking records in an era dominated by male artists. But behind the success was tragedy. In 1974, she survived a horrific rape. In the 80s, she attempted suicide and spent time in mental institutions. And just 2 weeks ago, she was in ICU battling an unknown illness. Now, at 87, she's gone. Many remember her hits, Who's Sorry Now?, Don't Break the Heart That Loves You, and Where the Boys Are. But few know the label almost dropped her in 1957, until her father convinced her to record Who's Sorry Now? That song launched her to stardom. But the fame couldn't protect her from the darkest sides of life. Assault, career decline, mental health battles, and the murder of her brother by the Mafia in 1981. In 1984, after surviving a suicide attempt, Connie published her memoir, Who's Sorry Now? She went from hitmaker to advocate, using her experience to fight for victims of rape and trauma. She even worked with Ronald Reagan's administration on a violent crime task force. Despite her struggles, she never gave up, and in recent years, found peace and quiet fame online as her song, Pretty Little Baby, went viral on TikTok. But by early July 2025, trouble struck again. She was hospitalized for extreme pain and placed in the ICU. On July 9th, updates still gave fans hope. But by July 16th, the news broke, shared by her close friend Ron Roberts. Connie Francis had passed away on July 15th. No official cause has been revealed yet, but her friend assured fans she would have wanted them to be the first to know. Connie Francis wasn't just a singer. She was a survivor, a fighter, a pioneer. Her voice may be gone, but her legacy remains. She gave the world beautiful music, and despite her pain, she fought for those who couldn't. May her story inspire strength in others. May she rest in peace. What's your favorite Connie Francis song? Drop it in the comments. If this story touched you, give this video a like and subscribe for more tributes and untold stories from the world of entertainment. Thanks for watching. Until next time, stay informed and stay kind.
I delivered a speech 2 days ago at the International Association of Chiefs of Police. There were about 19,000 chiefs of police there from all over the United States. And I had two purposes for being there. One of them was to try to make the police departments more empathetic to the plight of rape victims and to treat our people better, our victims better, and to try to get them to cooperate with rape crisis groups. And the other one was to go about changing some of the laws in this country so that there are less victims of rape or any other kind. I have no hang-ups right now, thank God. I did for many years about the subject of rape, and I'm concerned with violence of all kinds of crime. But since this show is addressing itself to the subject of rape, I'll confine it to the subject of rape. And to those gentlemen, I said, and also, yes, the most important thing that I wanted to do that day, and we have finally accomplished that, and it was the thing I think that's given me more gratification than anything that has ever happened before to me in my life, and that was the fact that in March I proposed a Victims' Bill of Rights, about a 35-point program, to be posted in every precinct throughout the United States, and they're going to be doing that within the next 60 days. It will apprise all victims of their rights under existing laws, and they will not only be seeing it on a bulletin board, but they will be handed a postcard to advise them of their rights. And it's a very comprehensive thing and long overdue, and we'll never get it passed in Washington because they move at a snail's pace, and usually the last concern of politicians is the people. I just want to read to you a couple of paragraphs from a letter from a young girl who wrote me, and this is very typical. In 1975, I walked my mother to a lady friend's house to visit. I walked into the lady friend's house the next morning to find her friend sitting on the couch in shock. She wouldn't say a word to me. She just stared. I found my mother, at that time partially crippled and 65, tied to the bed. I can't discuss how she was tied or the scene I saw, but she was brutally beaten and sadistically raped. To this day, I can be doing something, and all of a sudden, I'll see that room and my mother. It was horrible. I wish I knew how to block it from my mind, but I never will. I can't even begin to imagine what it would be like to be a victim. Oh, I saw what it did to my mother. She was never the same. I had to begin calling downstairs before I came down or around the corner. She used to fall asleep watching TV, and I would go in and shut it off and kiss her goodnight. I had to stop this because she'd jump up and scream if I did. The doors had to be locked constantly. The curtains were always closed. A once fun-loving lady turned into a frightened, hateful monster. It took me a long time to understand just what this did to her. My God, we were really close, and all of a sudden I couldn't even give her a hug anymore. My mother died last year. God love her. One letter. I could read you thousands of letters, and people aren't interested in why people do this anymore. There's no time for that anymore.